Hi, I'm Bobby Shakes with Shakes Realty Group. Thanks for tuning in to Kitchen Talk. And this is my sidekick,
Donna Mitchell. I'm with Guaranteed Rate. If you need a loan, you're not alone. Call me, Donna Mitchell.
People get us confused all the time because we're so
Oh, right,
because
they
we're
do.
so much alike, right? We're like twinning or something.
That was really funny.
That was kind of funny.
All right, so this is another episode of Kitchen Talk. And just a quick follow-up on our social media platforms. If you are having a great time on TikTok, because I know we are, you can follow us there. If you just go to Realtor Bobby Shanks, catch all of our updates, because we do short clips there.
Yeah.
We don't do like Kitchen Talk. We do short clips, just like man on the street stuff, and we try to make them fun and interesting. So catch us at TikTok, Realtor Bobby Shanks. All right, so
Yeah.
let's talk about your run this past
Sunday?
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was good. It was really hot.
Everybody knows you're a big runner, so if
Yeah.
this is the first time you're tuning in, Donna is like Miss Marathon, 5Ks, 10Ks, 3Ks, half Ks, full Ks, all the letters of the alphabet.
Nice. So yeah, I just had a 5-mile run on Sunday.
How'd it go?
It went well. It was really steamy.
I was going to say, was it?
Yeah.
humid
it was
enough for you?
So hot and steamy. It was so hot and steamy. But it was a good run. Like I got second in my age group, which I know I usually give first in my age group. I was a little
You
bit
got second place at something?
shush it. I was
You need to
11.
leave.
I was 11th out of 74 females. So out of all age groups and women, I was 11th out of 74. But it was a runners group. It was the St. Charles Flat 5. So
Yeah.
it was a group of runners. So
I
it was
still
a good
want to.
run.
I still want to talk about you getting second place.
Shut it.
What did Ricky Bobby say about second place?
Oh, ouch. All right, whatever. I didn't
you
know we were
know,
gonna talk about this.
I
Whatever.
couldn't even run. Like I could jog,
Yeah,
but to do it competitively, like you've done. How many
So it
years have you
was
been doing it now?
a long time. So I did
2 decades?
Oh,
20 years?
probably about 17, 20 years. Yeah. I did my mileage was 8 minute and 20-second miles. So
Excellent. Good
I mean,
job.
it wasn't super fast, but it was, it was for 5 miles. I don't know. It was
I
all right. It
don't
was a
think
good
I
time.
could.
It was a good
I
time.
might be able to do an 8-minute mile for 1 mile.
So my last half marathon that I did, I averaged 8:12s. So I was like a little bit slower, but I mean, it's been a few years, so I don't know. It's all right.
Well,
It
good
was
job.
a good time. I ran with Jessica, my friend Jessica, who
Yeah.
I adore, and she's so awesome and motivating. And so she called me and a few weeks ago and was like, come run this race with me. And I'm like, all right. So I signed up. So the challenge there was we had the big event the night of the Superstars the night before. And then I know. So I had to wake up, so we had a late night with the event and I had high heels on all night. And then the next morning I had to get up at 5 a.m. and jet out to St. Charles. So, but it all worked out well. The run was good. And the night of the Superstars was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
event.
So what'd you think?
It was so cool.
It was great.
so cool. The kids are always, they're not just superstars. They're like super awesome, amazing rock stars. Their stories just blow you away.
They do. I had a great time.
Yeah, it's well put together every year. It's a good event. Rennie Knott just does an amazing job. It's just cool. It's a really cool event.
Was that the
kids
MC?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him MC before.
He's on the news. He's KSTK.
Yeah, he looked familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
he should.
Yeah, he did do a good job.
He does, and he makes it fun. The kids were awesome, and for me, so the kids get to pick out their dresses, and the little boys in these little tuxes and suits, and all of the girls had on
Gowns.
ruffles galore.
Yeah.
Yes, like princess gowns, just ruffles, and oh my gosh, the one girl that literally named her dress the cotton candy dress because it had all the pink
Yeah,
poofy
it did.
stuff.
It looked like a big bag of
It
from
did.
the waist down, all of the.
Yeah,
I don't know what
so-
you call that. I guess the dress part.
Yes, the dress part, the foofy stuff. I don't know. But everybody looked amazing, and the kids were really spotlighted, which it is all about.
And it was
them.
packed.
It was.
There was
packed.
not only was there not an empty table, every table was full.
Yeah. It was a
It
good
was super
time. It
fun.
was well supported, raised lots of money, and just a great event all around.
So I have a funny story.
Uh-oh.
It's not related to us. So the girl I'm dating, Jeanette, she said, just so you know, like I win stuff at these events all the time. Like she has a Lucky Charm,
Okay.
a total rabbit's foot. And I'm like, okay.
Did she win one of the golden tickets?
She bought a golden ticket, and by golly, she won.
Did she? Oh, I didn't know that.
She won it.
That's so funny. So
And I'm just like,
so the golden
okay.
ticket, you got to pick like whatever auction item you wanted. Just like, here you go, it's yours. So
Yeah.
what did she get? What did
well,
she
she didn't get what she wanted because it had already been.
Was she like on one of the?
So there were
further
two
rounds?
golden tickets.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, they
she
did
won
like
one of the two.
round and then like
Mhm.
second round. Okay.
She got a Roomba.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, to
Yeah.
vacuum your floor. Whatever. I've got one in my
Absolutely.
house. I love it. I
That's
got
so
it for
funny.
Christmas, and
Yeah.
it is like one of the greatest robotic helpers a human can have.
Yeah.
Because I run my Roomba every day.
Do you?
It just runs every day.
I don't have one.
Oh, once you have one, it's like a Jeep. Once you have one,
Yeah.
You'll
I am
never
on my
not have
I am
one.
on my fifth Jeep.
yep,
I'm on my fifth
you'll
Jeep.
never not have one.
Okay, and I'm gonna do a little shout out on that event too. Like, super awesome, amazing the kids, super awesome, amazing the MC. That dessert was not too bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh my god.
Which one
was
was your
too much.
favorite? So there was
So-
the chocolate mousse,
Chocolate mousse, key lime pie,
key lime pie.
and then the red velvet.
Yeah, which one?
The chocolate mousse by far.
Really?
Yes. Did you like the key lime? The key lime was good.
I didn't even finish the other two. I hammered the key lime pie.
Yeah, the key lime was pretty good. I love like a really tart key lime, and it was good. It was good. But yeah, and it was like when you sat down, your salad was already placed and your dessert was there, and they kind of forgot to serve our table. Like, so like we're sitting there waiting for our dinner, and like
Little
and
bit.
they're clearing stuff away, so we finally got somebody's attention. But I'm not gonna lie, at the dessert like right away because it was there.
We
I'm a
ate
dessert
our dessert first.
Yeah. I literally sat down, ate my salad. I'm like, hey, I got dessert there. I'm going to eat it. So I did. It
Mhm.
was really good.
Key lime
Yes.
pie. It was
Chocolate
so
mousse.
good.
Chocolate mousse.
So who bought during the live auction? Who bought the 7-night stay at the lake? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Do you remember how much it went for?
No.
I remember because I bought it
Did you
last.
buy it a few years ago?
Oh, you know what? I didn't buy it at Night of Superstars. I bought it at the RPAC auction.
Ah.
But
okay.
I remember.
So you were like, how much did they get it for? Did they get it cheaper than I got
No,
it?
they
You were
didn't. It
watching
was
it?
like double what I paid.
That's why. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is for the kids.
This is a
So
big
you're going
deal.
to pay more when
Okay.
it's the kids' charity.
All right, cool.
Yes. So great job, everybody that went, supported, donated, put it together. Just everything was phenomenal, and we appreciate all that you do in helping our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
Yeah.
bus drivers.
Ooh.
Introduce the topic.
Oh, he's gonna throw it on me. I'll be the. We're gonna play good cop, bad cop.
Let's do it.
So I'm sure we are so community centric here,
Very much.
and we definitely talk about the things that are going on.
We love our
So-
community. We love our kids. We love our schools, and we like to participate however and whenever we can.
and communicate about what's going on.
Yep,
So
that's it.
all of that said, a lot of voices, a lot of opinions, a lot of conversation about the busing situation. So I guess Fox C6 district
Mhm.
did announce that for primary education, they're not able to provide bus services if you're within a mile of the school. And then for junior high and high school, they still call it junior high or is it middle school? I'm so old school.
I grew up with
I
it
think
being
it's-
called junior high.
Yeah, I think
but
it's actually
they
called
call it
middle school. So middle
Yeah.
school and high school, it's 2 miles. And they are just suffering from the same situation that so many of our businesses are.
Yeah,
They don't have bus drivers.
yeah.
And I mean, everybody's trying everything. They're offering, more pay and benefits and all of the things. But like most of our businesses, there's just a shortage of good workers that are out there, and just workers in general. I mean, businesses are closing and adjusting their hours. And this is not something that
Yeah.
the Fox district wanted to do. It's just the situation that they have to respond with what they have. So it's creating, some parents are getting creative about it because of course you feel a little wounded.
Well, you don't
at
have
first.
a choice.
Yeah, right.
And-
It's pushed on you.
And you said parents, right? Married
Yeah.
couples. Well, that's a whole other person that
Yeah.
you have to depend upon and swap with and work with. But what if you're
Single parent.
a single parent divorced, and
I know. Yeah. It's so.
I mean, one of the parents is going to be the one that's going to be the most relied upon for drop off and pickup,
depending on schedules. I mean,
And-
it's created a challenge. I will say, I think it's
going to be
a learning
there's
process.
going to be a
There's going to
lot of tardies.
be adjustments and some tardies and stuff. You're right. All
And
of
kids
that's
getting out of school
it's-
early.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but I will say this. I
It's-
love that. Like I've been seeing on the Facebook and on neighborhood, because we're always telling people, be active in your community and in your subdivision, on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Communicate with your neighbors for safety and those kind of things. But I
Mhm.
love that I'm seeing communications about this,
Mhm.
right? Like, okay, hey man, nobody likes it, but how do we come together as parents?
Mhm.
Forming carpooling again, and just those kind of things, so that the parents can work together to help the kids, and that everybody mutually benefits from it. So I like that it's kind of bringing a sense of community back to things of, okay, like it is what it is. We got to
Yeah.
deal with it, right? We don't get to choose it, but
True that.
let's come together as parents and and help each other and help our kids where they're not feeling stressed over it either.
Yeah.
So
There's
Yeah.
a silver lining in everything, and it's a mindset. You just have to find the positive no matter what gets thrown at you.
we're working out, man.
And
Not but.
no but.
And,
And
yes.
I will say, Fox being one of the largest school districts in the state, I don't know what number it is. I think it's in the top 10. I mean, Fox is
I
a
know.
huge school district.
It is.
And this is going, boy, it's just like one thing after another. COVID,
Yeah.
homeschooling, and then the whole thing where they got to take their mask off and then they had to put them back on, and
Yeah.
it's just like one thing after another. And the thing that really surprised, I have to say,
I don't have
I'm
school-age
surprised.
kids, so I'm like leaning on you for like more of the. And
Well-
I've heard my friends and stuff, and I am so sympathetic to it. But like
Mhm.
you're in it, like you have school-age.
Oh, I'm
you
still
have
in
a
the thick of
school-age
it.
kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're within that mileage that it affects you.
And so the thing I think about as a business owner is, well, just pay more. But we have seen over the last couple years, and you can talk about cause and effect and free money in the government, blah, blah, blah. Forget all about that. The bottom line is we are in a country right now where, like, for example, I had my cabinet guy, Scott Meesey, come to my house today.
Yeah.
Minimum
Mhm.
lead time for cabinets,
Yeah.
6 months.
I believe it.
I used to
And
order
again,
cabinets from him and
Yeah.
get them in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
custom built from Amish in Indiana. like,
Mhm.
He put an order in, like they started that order that week. Now it's
Yeah.
6 months, and it's just not cabinets. It's not just school buses. It's
Right. It's everything. It
And I
truly
just-
is.
like, where
And
did
it's
we
not-
go?
It's not Fox. It's not Imperial. It's not Missouri. It is.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
especially in metropolitan areas.
yeah.
Well, I guess we don't have to beat that with a dead horse, but it
But I do encourage you to reach out to your neighbors and within your community, find some things that work for you, because I'm already hearing lots of positive things coming from it, that they're organizing these groups. And then, even afterwards, the kids can do like study groups. I mean, they're trying to make
Yeah.
it as positive as they can. Right. So
the thing
it's cool.
the thing about being a single parent, where I have my ex-spouse, and she and I get along awesome,
Right.
and and we'll figure this out and cooperate through it.
But she's got more of a traditional 9
Yeah,
to 5
like-
job.
Like,
So
she
how
will
does-
probably be able to do drop off,
Yeah.
but I don't know about pickup. And me being a realtor,
Yeah.
like my mornings for me, that's when I go get an oil change, go to the grocery store. So I don't do stuff that most people do in the evening. I do it in the morning.
Because you're
Because-
doing showings and stuff in the evenings.
My nights and weekends are client based.
Right.
And my daughter does spend a lot of time with me on client appointments. She's got her own shirts and she knows the
She
drill.
does,
I
yeah.
drag her along and she hates it for now. But I'm thinking about, what about those days when I just can't. So then,
Or something runs over.
Over.
Your appointment runs over, your showing runs
And-
over, you're stuck in traffic, right? Where before it was like the school bus will drop them off and they're old enough to spend some time by themselves.
There's so many variables that go into my day. And I'm sitting here thinking, not just about me, but like I just moved and I'm thinking, my neighbor has small children. Their neighbor has small children. Their neighbor has small children. The people across the street have older children.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
how does everybody else do this?
Just think about how much extra it adds to your day when you got to think, oh, whose day is it? Is it Kim's day? Am I taking her to Kim's, or is it my day? And then you've got all these texting, and it's just like, you get home at night, whatever time you get home, and you're like, wow, now I have to do homework. Now I have to cook dinner. Now I have to clean the house. And it's just
adjustment. It will be. There's no question about it.
And I will say this about Fox Schools. They get it.
Yeah.
They didn't just give up and throw this out there. I know that they understand.
Right.
But it's exhausting for me to even think about.
Yeah.
All right.
It is. Let's move on.
I said let's not beat it with a dead horse, and I just beat the dead horse.
Beat it. It's all right.
Oh.
It's all good. Let's move on.
What else?
I don't know. I don't have my glasses, so you tell me what else is in there.
Here, let me help you.
You write some. Wow. No, sweetie, it's like this.
Oh, my bad. We should just post it over there on the wall.
I'm 53 years old. You need to hold it like all the way back there. Like these are just like ideas you throw down. Like we don't talk about it every time, so I don't know.
So let's talk about home. Let's talk about some real estate, home staging. So what I've noticed.
Yeah, I wanted to actually. So I did bring up this topic because I kind of wanted to ask that because I had a customer ask me recently. They're like, "Hey, we're shedding stuff, like right. We're getting rid of things so that we can move and we're moving out. Like as far as like the house being empty." Or should we stage it? Should we leave some of the furniture here? Like, what do we do? And I was like, oh, I'm totally going to ask you to bring that up because I'm sure my customers have questions about it. We probably have a lot of people that watch this that are like, yeah, that's a good question.
So here's just some general rules of thumb and,
right, give it to us.
And commentary. The smaller the house, the smaller the furniture. So if you live in a small house and you've got big furniture, your house is going to be better vacant. If you have a big house with small furniture, your house is better off vacant. So there's some of those variables before we even get to the question of why the house being vacant. Because there are some scenarios where I've listed someone's home that's 800 square feet, 1,100 square feet, and they've got big poofy couches from, weekends only or whatever, and it just swallows the room, or they have a king size bed and dresser in a room that measures 10 by 12.
I hear you. So it makes everything look so much smaller.
Right. So sometimes a home being vacant is a good thing. Another variable to add to that is the market we're in is very much a market where people are purchasing a home, not contingent on their home being sold.
To be competitive.
Which means they're contracting a house and then putting their house on the market, whether it's vacant or not for photos.
So they may
then they're moving.
Out. Right.
So a lot of times they're just like, they just want total security. They want their house purchased. They want to move. And then they want to have a blank slate on the house they're going to list for sale. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it needs a little help. An experienced realtor will tell you what's best. Okay. There are some key things like lots of natural lighting. It's very individual case basis. At the end of the day, if you have a larger home for our area, like a 2,000 plus square foot ranch or a 3,000 square foot plus 2-story or 1.5, and it's vacant.
Yeah.
Making it very clean. Little vacuum marks are kind of fun inside of the refrigerator.
That's my whole house all the time.
All the time,
marks,
the inside of your refrigerator has got to look brand new.
I'm going to ask you a question, totally off the cuff. So if the house is completely vacant, does it make you look desperate, like you've already moved out? So does it give the message to the buyers? Oh, they're already moved out. Like they're gonna want to get rid of this house payment because they're not using this house. Is that like? What is
that
the
is
message
a
there?
common
Conception or
perception,
misconception?
but I think it's a misconception.
Okay.
And again, it's an individual case basis, but
Right.
if someone is paying a home loan on their first house and they buy a second house and close on it and move into it, they're going to have the expectation potentially from their realtor, you're going to make a couple double mortgage payments.
Yeah.
So just know that. And so I think it's a misconception, to be honest.
So what about, I'm going to ask this question because it can be done well and it can be done really poorly. Virtual staging.
Okay,
where
so
you're
let's
looking at
peel
a
this
picture.
back.
All right. So you're looking at pictures and you're like, that doesn't look quite right. And then it's like, wait a minute, this is virtually staged.
Okay.
What are the rules around that?
So
some of it looks really good. And some of it just looks silly.
A price comparison first.
Okay.
Let's say, and I'm just going to use the most quintessential home in America. The most quintessential home in America, which is to say the most often sold home, any state, any time of year, is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car, 1,500 square foot ranch.
Yep.
That is the most. You could have an avalanche of snow covering that house, and I could still sell it.
It'll sell. Yeah.
Because it fits anybody, young, old, married, single, divorced, kids, no kids, lots of kids.
Right.
It's just the quintessential home. So if you are going to stage that home, so 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, maybe the bathrooms, you're going to be anywhere starting at $2,000 to stage. And depending on the staging company you use or how much staging you want, it could be $5,000.
Okay.
Which means if you have a 5,000 square foot 2-story, you could spend $10,000 or more on staging.
I hear you.
In this particular market, which is to say homes are selling quickly and for list price or more,
right.
I don't think staging is that level of an expense that people need to go through.
It's not cost efficient. They don't need to do it.
It's not.
Right now.
So now let's talk about virtual staging. Yeah. I have been using virtual staging for many, many years. I use a company in Sydney, Australia.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I know I've seen some of yours and they look good. And but I didn't know where they were from.
So the key to virtual staging, without making it too technical, is like an architect. When an architect is designing a floor plan and the person designing the home says, hey, let me see it in 3D.
Yeah.
The architect actually has what they call elements, which is little files, digital files. For example, an architect can pay $5. I don't know what it is, maybe $20. And they can download every single faucet from Moen and drop it right into their software. And so they can actually set their, whether that faucet is $5 or $5,000. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So these virtual stagers have the same type of software where they can download the elements from lots of different companies, even furniture companies like Weekends Only. Mm-hmm. And they can actually have these real, real
looking furniture.
You can spin it, you can tilt it.
Yeah.
Furniture that they can put in a room. And then when they've got everything in there to scale, so not just putting in there, but to scale.
Right.
Then like Pixar, right? Disney Pixar.
Yeah.
They have different filters and,
because yours look good. Like there's shadows.
It looked real, right? The shadows.
Yes. Okay, yeah. That's where you can tell the big difference is.
That's what makes the difference. So the cost on virtual staging could be anywhere from, depending on the room and how much detail and how much staging, it could be anywhere from $25 a room to $250 a room. So,
but way cheaper than actual staging.
Oh my gosh, way cheaper, way cheaper. Right. And I do use virtual staging a few times a year.
For the right homes, the right situations.
In the right situation. And I think it's, I'll even give it away just so everybody knows I'm a sharer. The company I use in Australia is called boxbrownie.com.
Brownies.
Right. So for whatever reason in Australia, Nobody ever calls it brownies.
Yeah.
They call it, like, if you're going to the grocery store, hey, hon, will you pick up some brownies? They don't say brownies. They say, will you pick up some box brownie? I don't know why. Like, in other words, it's quick,
Yeah.
right? You know, egg, milk, here, switch it together, done.
Egg oil.
Egg,
There's no milk
oil.
usually. It's egg oil.
My bad.
Mm.
I'm not a baker.
Okay,
I'm a
Betty
griller.
Crocker. Okay, Betty Crocker.
I'm no Betty
Egg,
Crocker.
Oil.
So that's
brownie
the
mix,
idea.
lick some of it out, then make it.
There you go. So boxbrownie.com.
Okay.
It's a company in Australia. I think they actually have offices here now. They'll actually do 3D rendering.
La la.
So if your
That's
architect does not do 3D rendering, you can, because you're paying for the plans, not just in print, but the digital file too.
Mhm.
You can send Box Brownie your CAD file, and they will give you a virtual walkthrough of your entire home before a single board is nailed together.
Super cool.
I think that starts at $2,500.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure that's at a price as everything
So
is, but
staging, in a nutshell, it's just an individual case basis.
rely on your experienced realtor to guide
Definitely
you on
rely
if it
on
will be
experienced
cost
realtor.
efficient and how it will help you.
I think there's absolutely a need for real in-home staging in certain
yeah.
situations.
Definitely.
But I think that from an affordability standpoint, especially if you're in a home that, let's say, is under $1 million in our area anyways, using a virtual staging company works as well too.
Yeah, price point has a lot to do with the staging.
Yeah,
If it's,
I mean, obviously, somebody that's selling, like our average sell price around here is $250,000.
Right.
Well, somebody who's selling a $250,000 house is not going to spend $5,000 on home staging.
Right. But somebody selling a much higher price point probably should spend to really get
Probably should
Yeah.
in certain rooms and stuff for sure.
Cool.
Whew.
Alright.
That could be an ultra long topic.
It could be like episode.
What episode are we on,
I
Ann?
don't know.
We're well over
It
100.
could be like a to be continued, and then part 2, part 3, part 4.
True
We
that.
just keep building on stuff because that's what we do. It's all good.
So let's see
Yes.
what else here. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm gonna,
go.
and I'm not going to offer any commentary.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell a story,
Okay.
and I'm going to keep it positive.
Okay.
All right. So I was
If
at
you don't, I will.
I was at a grocery store today,
Okay.
and I went up to the deli counter.
I love the deli counter at the grocery stores.
There
They're
was
so cool now. They have like everything.
oh, they got everything.
I know.
Oh my
all
gosh.
kinds of cool selections. Remember,
Um,
deli used to be meat and cheese. What do you want?
And
Now it's
I
like-
will say that this was a well-known grocery chain, and I stood at the deli counter. There was nobody else there.
Yeah.
It was in the morning.
Worker shortage. Back we've come full
Well,
circle.
Hold my
Maybe.
beer.
Okay.
And there was a person working there, and she was like doing something with some meat. She was packaging it,
Mhm.
and we made eye contact, and I smiled at her, and I'm gonna wait.
Right.
Right? I don't expect her to drop what she's doing. She's obviously being very industrious. And so I waited. And there were two other people further down the little deli counter, and they were standing there talking.
Okay.
To me, what looked like actually a fairly intense conversation. I made eye contact with both of them.
Employees.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. Okay. So they're back there talking. The other
Right.
one's working.
So about
And you're
2
kinda like,
minutes.
hey.
No, I'm like anybody who knows me when it comes to business, I'm intense. When it comes to me socially in my personal life, I really am way more chill, including today.
That's fair.
And like, I'm standing there for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there's literally no other customer anywhere around the deli counter.
Yeah. It's hitting the
And-
awkward stage.
And then I look up and there's this television that says now serving. And then the next section says next. So like on deck.
Uh-huh.
And I see this little machine over there that you go over and you push a button and it prints you out a ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I hope these people aren't so legalistic when I'm standing
They're
here making
waiting.
direct
They were
eye
waiting
contact
for you to.
that they're keep it positive. Keep it
They were
positive.
waiting.
That
for
they're
you
waiting
to,
for me to
to
click
sign
the
in
little
online.
button
Oh, no.
so that I could get number 43.
Oh my gosh.
So-
They were, weren't they?
So
Oh no.
I pushed the little button, got my little ticket, number 43,
Yeah.
and I went back to where I was standing and I waited.
More. Okay.
a lot like this.
All right, moving on.
And finally, I'm just like, not today. So I said nothing. I gestured
if you would like
nothing.
to bring some deli meat or cheese to Rob, he's accepting donations because he was.
All I wanted
not
was some
able-
caponelli.
All he
So I
wanted was
laid
some
my ticket
caponelli.
down on the deli counter and went on about my way.
Yes.
And I went all the way around the meat section and back down the section where you can buy like
All the pre-made salads.
pre-made salads,
yeah.
pre-made subs, just a couple things to have in the fridge for the kids.
Yeah.
And the two people that were having that intense conversation, I literally walked like almost this close right by them with my shopping cart
Yeah.
and
And still no.
said hello and just circled around and picked up my bagels and went on about my business.
All right.
Does that kind of stuff ruin your day?
No, just move on. There's so many other things that I'm not going to let a Schnucks experience.
I know that, but you
I
and I,
know.
okay, I won't drag you into this. I'm very customer service oriented. And I just didn't have that experience today. And it's just eating at me.
Let it go. Go
Let
to
it
Chick-fil-A. Go to
Let it
Chick-fil-A
go.
and have somebody like.
Chick-fil-A
When
has
you-
their act
That's
together.
what I'm saying. Go to Chick-fil-A, get something, have them be like, my pleasure, and make you feel all good about customer service again.
Yeah.
And you'll have an awesome Chick-fil-A sandwich. So that's
On a
my spin
positive
on it.
note,
Yes.
go Chick-fil-A.
They do an awesome job.
They do
All
an
right.
awesome job. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week. And we'll hold that thought. See you next week.